So we are Pyrrhic and Crystal from Strowman Studio, and we'll introduce to you Special Deathwing. It is powered by the Unreal Engine 4. The game is under rebuild, so there are still some assets in work in progress, but it is to feel the essence of the game, what we want to achieve. Special Deathwing is a first-person shooter where you take on the role of a librarian, giving orders to 4 Terminators through the tactical maps, also the direct order in the game. At the beginning of the game, you have to choose your equipment. Here we have all the weaponry of the game, but in the final game, some weapons will be locked. You have to unlock them with the progression of your character. So you equip yourself, and then you equip your teammate. Each one has his specificities. He is a sergeant, meaning he's a bit stronger, more skilled, more resistant. He lasts an hour to become a sergeant, which is really impressive in this world. Then we got Brother Barakian, he's the heavy gunner. The only one who has access to assault cannon and plasma cannon, so heavy weapons. Then we got Brother Now, the apothecary, meaning the only one who can heal you or heal your teammate. It's important to keep him alive because he can keep all the team alive. And then we got Brother Zitael, the multi-usage Terminator, which fits perfectly all of the missions we send to you. To introduce you briefly what a special is. In this universe there is something called the warp. It's a kind of another dimension outside of the time, outside of the space. We use it to go faster from one point to another point, but it's quite risky and quite often ships are lost in it, they ride outside of time. They are attracted together, they attract asteroids, they collapse together and form what is called a space Hulk. It can be of the size of a little planet, and by time it comes out from the warp, then the Emperor sends the elite of the Space Marines wearing powerful Terminator armors to eradicate any threat from the Xeno, that's from the Gene Stealers, and to find some lost relics and forgotten technologies. You have to move carefully, to move slowly, to be sure all your team succeed and survive. You can give them orders. Orders are dynamic depending on what you are targeting. You can say, follow me, stay there, stay in position there depending on what you are targeting. You can also give them orders concerning the doors. So when you have a door, you can open, close it, lock it, or destroy it. Here we have locked the door behind us to be sure enemies will not come from our back. They can still use some different navigation system like aeration, but you know they will not use this door and not coming from there. But you have to carefully choose which doors you locked or not, because once the door has been locked, you cannot reopen it. The only way is to destroy this door. And if you destroy it, you cannot manage the flux on Gene Stealer because there is a bridge. They can come from here forever. You will encounter different kind of Gene Stealer. You have got the classical Gene Stealer, and sometimes you have noticed some Gene Stealer with kind of bulbs on the backs. This is biomorph, giving them some new capacities like being stronger and going faster. You get also some royal Gene Stealers that are bigger and they can spit on you and get you at distance or in melee combat. You get the Assault Stealer, is really a tank, can come in front of you and does not fear your bullets. You get the Hunter Stealers, he is invisible, he hides in the darkness, wear radar and attack you in the back. You get the Hybrids. Hybrids are not yet Gene Stealer. They still have some human behavior and they still have the advantage of their arms, so they can use firearms. All these enemies work together because they share what is called the hive mind. Once the Stealer saw you, all the Stealers know where you are, so they can regroup themselves and attack you tactically, the firearms supporting the Gene Stealer being in close combat. Concerning this Space Hulk, it is not a common Space Hulk. You are a librarian from the chapter of Dark Angel, and all the librarians from this chapter had a vision about this space Hulk coming out from the world. The vision was quite unclear, but it is true it is somehow linked to the dark and secret past of the Dark Angel and to a further disaster. Great Master Belial, one of the most important figures of the chapter, sends you personally, as you are a librarian who had this vision, to find out, to investigate, to go deeper and deeper and see what is the truth behind this vision, what is the reality, why you had this vision. So eradicate the stealer, find lost relics, find lost technologies, and try to find the origin of this vision. The current ship, the current mission takes place in the middle of the game. This is a ship from the Adeptus Mechanicus, and you have discovered the strong signal. You have to go to the origin of the signal and see if it is linked or not to your vision. At the beginning, Space Hulk is a board game from Games Workshop. We don't want to port a board game in an FPS. It does not make sense for us. It is not the same media. What we want to do is a FPS in the universe of Space Hulk, taking the core features of the board game that can fit in an FPS. Core features for us are claustrophobia, so you are in narrow corridors, you can be alone in the corridor or with just one Terminator at your side, but also some big area, a big place that make you feel so little, so crushed by the oversight of the element of the strong architecture of this world. Other key features are the radar. Each time an enemies are near from you, he appears with a blip. So the white point is displaying the enemy, but you don't know what kind of enemy it is. You just know it is a life form. So you have to anticipate if it could be an hybrid or a terrifying or powerful good drugs and adapt yourself, your strategy, plan of what it could be. So the signal we want to go to is behind the two doors in front of us. We are there. The only way to go further are these two corridors blocked by the doors, and we want to go on the top there. We are coming from there, so we have made this way, now we want to go there. But this plan is not the actual plan of the ship. It is the plan of the ship as it was known when the ship has been lost in the war. So maybe some corridors are blocked, does not exist anymore, are destroyed. Sometimes there are some holes between the corridors, like linking them, so you have to explore and see what is the reality of the place of where we are. You also know there are some doors, but you don't know the state of the door before being near from them. Here they are in red, meaning they are locked. They are too big to be destroyed, so you have to find a way to go through a different way. Here we are in a room from the Adeptus Mechanicus, from people of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Adeptus Mechanicus is a kind of religion turning around the technologies and the mechanism. So here, people from the Adeptus Mechanicus come to make what is called a binary prayer. They pray there, and at the end of the prayer, the doors were opened to let them go back to their work. We will reuse the system to be able to go further. But the gene stealers know we are blocked in this room, and they tried to kill us, take the occasion of killing us. We have to maintain the siege up the end of the prayer, and so up the doors are opened. The key success for this mission is to be there with all of our teammates, because at any time in the game you can send order to a teammate to go exploring or scouting different areas. It is a quicker manner of discovering and exploring the area, but you lose the force of attack, the strength you get when you are in a group. So being there with all your teammates, placing them correctly is a key success for a siege of this importance. On the bottom right, you can see the health, your health. There are 5 different zones for the health. Having the legs at 0 does not mean you are dead. It means the servo engine of the leg, is broken, has been destroyed. So you will not be able to run anymore. For the left or right arm, you will not be able anymore to use as efficiently your right or left weapon. But you are not dead. If the head of the body goes down to 0, then of course you are dead. Here we change our equipment and equip differently your teammates just to let you see how they react in melee combat. But actually in the game you cannot change the equipment during the play session. You have to choose your equipment at the beginning of the game or by finding some mobile armor in some tactical places, because your weapons are directly mounted on your armor, so you cannot easily switch them. Melee combat is a bit advanced, as you can hit on the right, on the left, on the top, on the bottom. You can also parry, and you have to choose the right attack at the right moment, because your enemies can do the same thing. They can also parry or dodge, so you have to choose what kind of attack you want to do at one time. I mentioned so you don't have access to all of the weapons in the final game. Actually, at the end of each mission, you gain some experience points. The experience points you got depends on how many time you take to end the mission, how many of your teammates have survived, how many enemies you have killed, how many relics you have found, how many secret places, because there are some secret places you have found. You can use these kill points in a tree with 5 different branches. One is used to unlock new melee weapons and melee capacities. Another one is to unlock some distance weapons and distance capacities. Another one is to unlock some new psychic powers, because you are a librarian, and within the game you will have some more and more powerful psychic powers. The other branch has a face and the commandment. The face lets you improve your own character, making stronger, more resistant, more accurate. And the last one is for your teammates, the commandment, making them more resistant, more accurate, more intelligent, and being able to place themselves in a smarter manner to be more efficient against your enemies when you are in group. So we have succeeded the siege, so we can go further to our objective, to the origin of the designer. We'll move to the location. And it's a bit further. This big door that is not locked, so you can open it. Here we can see a turret. The turret was present in the ship before it has been lost in the space, but the hybrids take control of the turrets and they return them against you, against the Imperium. We are getting closer from the signal. It is coming from the strong stone in the background. It's actually an artifact. The signal comes from this artifact, but you have to be close for you to gather more information and see if it could be related or not to your vision. I didn't mention before, but the game is playable in solo or in cooperative up to 5 players. So now we are going closer from the artifact. And we're reaching the position. We can see going from down a terrifying and powerful Broadrod. It is one of the most powerful enemies you will encounter in the game. And this is the end of the presentation. Just to add, the AI system is a dynamic system. Each time you will run the game, you will not meet the same enemies in the same places. They will not do the same thing, except for some key characters for scenaristic reasons, of course.